Okay, I know the majority of you who clicked on this are going like, what the heck does that title even mean? Especially the MCND fans. It means top media. That's what this title is. I hate the company MCND is. Let me give a little context behind it, and then we'll dive into what this is actually about. So if you don't know me at all, welcome. By the way, if you're a fan of MCND, hi, this is going to be a great video that you're probably going to enjoy, but there's something you should know. I have a personal vendetta, especially against top media, but also MCND as a whole, because pre-debut they were like kind of had this like tagline back when they were pre-debut of like they were going to be the next like hip-hop themed K-pop group. It was going to be so cool, right? And they had Top Gang, which is really cool, and then they've done nothing in their group since then, which it just irks me because like they have good rappers, they have low members so they can give their rappers time to rap, and you know what happens? This happens. I transcribed the recent thing and I'm comparing it to CastleJ's SoundCloud. That's what this video is. It's basically in MCND, the rappers aren't allowed to rap. They're allowed to do 2 bars at a time. Sometimes they get to do 4 every once in a while when they're but the majority of the time they do 2 bars, some vocals, another rapper will go 2 bars, and then maybe they'll trade to another 2 bars for another rapper, and like that's it. They don't get any time to develop their rap. They don't get any time to develop their style and what they're doing in the song. It's just like, it's supposed to be, hey, instead of giving them 2 vocal lines, let's give them 2 rap lines. And I have proof, and I want to show you how cool they are in this video if they're actually allowed to rap, and how cool MCND could have been, in my opinion, because I like rap. Let's dive into this. If you want to see this full thing lined up like this, I have it lined up with the transcription down here for the rap parts. Feel free to check it out on my second channel, not CarKpop. But today, let's look at it. So basically, I just did their most recent one. I just wanted to be unbiased. Their most recent title track was Odd Venture. And we have castlej and Win mainly, and then some big vocals. And yeah, you can see castlej does these dotted eighth diddles. So it's diddles that don't go out of time. Did. But because he starts on the upbeat instead of 1, right? He skips 1 right here. He starts on the upbeat, so he does go out of time because he's doing diddles right here on the so he skips the 1 still. So it's kind of feeling like he's like still on the offbeat. Still kind of cool they skipped the thing, but guess what? He doesn't go into anything, because he has to end his 2-bar verse. 48 seconds later, the rest of the verse and the chorus later, we get castlej again doing a little vocal into some rap, which is a cool start to it. The hey, yeah, into a gallopy da 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 da, and then he kind of just rounds it off because, say it with me, he has to end his verse. That's the pattern here. We get into some big vocals. For some reason, they want Bic to sing. I mean, don't get me wrong. His vocals sound great here, but it's like, why were you splitting up the raps? They can't even build off of each other now. Let's go into Wind, where he does a little pickup sound. I don't know what the sound is because it's not in the lyrics, but he does like a little sound right before his lyrics. So he goes like with the of the 16th into a swing, and it's like an off-feel swing, because typically the swing is da 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 da, but he's doing da 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 da. He doesn't have that. Like, he's kind of starting it on the upbeat of the swing. So it's more of a driving feel than a like a, I don't want to say funky, but like a poppy feel. Goes back into some straight 16ths. But guess what? It's 2 bars long. He can't do anything with it. Why? I don't know. But that's the theme. And this is the most MCND songs, the raps, this is the theme. They aren't allowed to actually develop their verse, and it always makes me feel like missed potential. And it's been the theme with this group. And I'm not blaming the members. I don't think this is on the members. It's on Top Media's arrangements of this, and it's just, it doesn't make sense to me. And the thing that like proved this to me, that like made me blew my mind, look what happens when they get more than 2 to 4, even sometimes 8 bars. Ready? Here's castlej's SoundCloud. Nothing to do with Top Media, just a straight up rap verse. Well, here's Win's verse in it, by the way. Do we see the difference? I know, even if you can't read this, you can see the difference, right? And you can see the, like, let's just look at Win real quick. He's got a little swing into straight. Guess what he does here? Swing into straight. And the cool thing here is that he's able to develop it and have, like, climaxes, like this quintuplet that he skips the first note on right here, which is really cool. Now, you could argue that it's not meant to be a quintuplet. He actually just delayed a 16th note beat 4, which is a fair point, which I don't want to fully credit him for doing a quintuplet. I don't know if that was the intention, but it ended up being just the last 4 beats of quintuplet. I knew that was really soft, but he's kind of catching up. Like, he doesn't like he wins doing that, and he wrote it too. He's doing these what I highlighted in Jong's verse the other day and killing it. This gives us like this out of time feel. And then you could go and check out castlej's verse, and the same thing happens here. We have like and shout out Frenzy for doing these transcriptions. These are not on me. There's still a few mistakes in here, but you know, it's really good, and it took a lot of time and effort for Frenzy to do these. So shout out Frenzy for doing this. But yeah, castlej consistently changing the vibe between shuffle, straight, developing it, having some climaxes, having some really weirdly timed things like beat 11 or measure 11 here. It makes it go like it's out of time. Like he's kind of like going back and forth between the dotted 16ths and the 16ths to give this really weird feel. And my point is, this song right here, there's so much cool rapping in it. Do you hear that development? He can't do that in MCND because he doesn't have enough time to develop into, hey, get out of my face, or that straight, even though this is really basic, where is it? Even though his verse in this is really basic right here, hey, the reason it hits and it sounds good is good writing because he develops into that. He puts all this teasing up into it and all this stuff into this climax. It ends up right here, and it's a much simpler rhythm, but the payoff and the delivery is what makes it really cool. MCND do not have the freedom to do this in the MCND songs, whether that be top media or the producers that are buying the music from, whatever it may be. They're only given these really short raps, and castlej's mixtape on his SoundCloud recently really drove the point that, like, hey, these guys could be top tier. And I feel like a lot of people saw that back in pre-debut, and it just never happened, and nobody talks about them as top tier rappers. You know why? Because of this. They're never allowed to do this in their group. And we're very lucky that castlej's gave us a mixtape a few months ago on SoundCloud, because I don't know, I might not have been able to ever get like full evidence. Like, there's been a few times, like, you know, you have Top Gang, you have like the unreleased stuff MCND do every once in a while, but like, it's still never like to this point that we got castlej on his SoundCloud, which is really cool. So I just wanted to highlight this, that, you know, MCND raps are actually a lot of potential, pretty damn cool, and F Top Media for not letting them do this in their group. Hopefully we get an actual hip-hop, like, with, like, they did do a lot of hip-hop feel, but hopefully we get one with like actual rapping in it in the future. So that's the whole point. Thank you all for watching, and shout out to all my amazing Patreons that I'm about to talk about right now, because I literally could not be making this content as consistently as I am without them. Literally, K-pop companies will strike my channel for even just 3 seconds of a clip that I'm talking about to show you guys what it sounds like. So because of them, I'm able to do what I do, and I just want to give a massive shout out to all of these amazing people. So shout outs to all my Patreons, including Arston, Laura Fernandez, Pixel, my CarKpop pluses of Griffin Chiavo, Muse Ribbon, Sayway, Sophie, and Zakane, or Wookbook, as well as all of our CarKpop tier of Austin, Caitlin Gervin, Dead Boy, Errol, Farhan, Fleur, Fred Earth, Hannah, Just a Penguin, Nova Light, Rai, and Triple, as well as everyone on our VOD tier. If you would like to be part of this list, see reactions, and more, feel free to come support me on Patreon if you have the means to do so. If not, hey, just come join our Discord. I'd love for you to be part of the community, or subscribe if you haven't already. I would greatly appreciate it. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone. Bye!